Today we're going to look at two stocks that could double your money in a couple of years, and they both have to do with weight loss. Okay, so these two companies are involved in the medications that almost seems like everybody's taking, right? Regular people, celebrities, to lose weight. Okay, we have all seen the commercials. Ozempic, right? So Ozempic is one of the drugs that almost everybody's using. The generic name is semaglutide. It's used for type 2 diabetes, but it also has FDA approval for but it also has FDA approval for people with cardiovascular disease and diabetes who are obese or overweight. Okay? The maker of the drug is Novo Nordisk. It is a Danish company. Novo Nordisk. Okay? So let's look at Novo Nordisk. So this is the company, Novo Nordisk. Like I said, it's a Danish company. It is currently trading at $132.37. This is the 10-year chart. So if we go back here to March 2024. So if we go back here to March 2014, so about 10 years ago, it was trading at about $22.60. And with it now, it's trading at about 132 bucks, which is probably 6x. So if you would have invested in Novo Nordisk 10 years ago, your money would have grown 6 times. So if you would have invested $10,000, now that'd be worth $60,000. If you would have invested $100,000, it now would have been worth $600,000, right? So tremendous growth in 6 years. So here is the 52-week range, anywhere between $70 and $138. We see it's definitely trending upwards since about November, late of 2021, and now it's going upwards. The PE ratio is about 38, which it's it's richly valued, right? It's richly valued. And obviously, the reason why is because it is making the drugs, the Ozempic and Wegovy, which is indicated, like we said, for people who have cardiovascular disease and diabetes and obesity. So it is in demand. This is a good company to have right now. Obviously, you wish you would have bought it a few years ago, right? When it was trading at, maybe, 20, $30, right? But, we can't go back in time. So let's look at the projection for Novo Nordisk. So it says here, according to the latest long-term forecast, Novo Nordisk, right, price will hit $200 by the end of 2024. So right now we're in March of 2024. So we're talking about another 9 months. It will hit $200. And starting at 132, which is kind of where we are, that's like a 30% raise. That's not bad. And it will hit $250 by the end of 2026. And buying right now at the current price of 130, $250 is almost double. So you buy Novo Nordisk now at 130, and they're projecting by the end of 2026, your price would be about 250. So you would have almost doubled or 2x your money, which is not bad, right? To double your money in a little under 3 years is not bad. Their projected Novo Nordisk will rise to $300 within the year of 2027. For the next year, $300. $350 in 2029, and about $400 in 2031, which would be about triple at the price right now at 130. So that in 2031, that would be about seven years. You would 3x your money, which is not bad. Again, we can't go back in time, but tripling your money in 7 years is not bad, right? So if you put in there, so yeah, tripling your money in 7 years is not bad, and they're projecting a 450 price target in 2034. So in a decade, it will be $450. So at the price of 130, 450. Let me see what this is. At the price of $450. That'll be about 3.5 times. So not quite 4, but 3.5 times in 10 years. But looking at the projections, doubling your money in under 3 years, not bad. Okay, there's not a lot of investments out there where you're going to be able to double your money in under 3 years. So that's something to keep in mind. Again, you have to do your own due diligence. Let's look at some of the other drugs. The other drug that I'm sure you've heard about is Mounjaro. Mounjaro is the generic tirzepatide indicated for type 2 diabetes. Okay? It is the same generic medication as Zepbound, which is also tirzepatide. So Mounjaro and Zepbound are both made by Eli Lilly. So Mounjaro and Zepbound are both made by Eli Lilly, the big pharmaceutical company. Mounjaro is indicated for type 2 diabetes, and Zepbound is indicated for obesity and overweight management. The first drug to have FDA approval just for that indication. So Eli Lilly got approval for Zepbound for the treatment of obesity in about November of 2023. That's when they got the approval. So let's look at the stock chart of Eli Lilly. So Eli Lilly and Company, ticker is LLY. You see Eli Lilly's trading at $754.17. Ticker is LLY. Let's look at the 10-year stock chart. So we see the 52-week range is $323, and the high is $800. So that's quite a lot of movement in a year. So the PE ratio is 60, which is much higher than the PE ratio of Novo Nordisk, the makers of Wegovy and Ozempic. So we see here, look at the 10-year chart. We see here March 2014, 10 years ago, it was trading at about $57.78. And 10 years later, it's now trading at $750. It's about almost 6x. So if you would have invested, so it's almost, no. So it was trading at about $57 in 2014. A decade later, it's trading at about $750. So this is about 13x. So if you would have invested $10,000, it would have been worth 13. It would be worth 13 times more. Your $10,000 would be worth $130,000. Your $100,000 would have been worth 1.3 million. If you had invested $1 million, it would have been worth now $13 million. If you had invested that 10 years ago. So we may have missed the boat, as you say, because a lot of growth has already occurred. But keep in mind that it just got approval in November of 2023. So it's still only a couple of months. And yes, has shown tremendous growth. If you would have got it during the pandemic in 2020, and you would have got it for $140 a share, and now you would have been up already 5x already just from 2020. So again, you'd have been up 5x. But there is still room to grow. So let's look at the price projections for Eli Lilly. So the price projections for Eli Lilly over the next 10 years. So currently it's trading at about $750. So according to the latest long-term forecast, Eli Lilly price will hit $1,100 by the end of 2024. So that's only in about 9 months. It'll hit $1,100, which is almost 50% up. So maybe about 40% up. That's not bad. And then it will hit $1,200 by the end of 2025. Eli Lilly will rise to $1,400 within the year of 2026. That's almost double to where the price is right now, right? $750. We need it to be about $1,500. It hit $1,600 in 2027. So Eli Lilly is going to double by 2027 at the current price. So we're talking about it's going to double in about 24, 25, 26, 27. It's doubled in about 4 years. Novo Nordisk is going to double, we said, in about 3 years. So maybe a little faster. And then again, it shows you going forward. So by 2030, which is about in 6 years, it'll be about $2,000. That's almost triple. So you'll 3x your money in about 6 years. I think with Novo Nordisk, you will triple your money in about 7 years. And by 2035, which is about 11 years from now, it'll be 2,500. So from current price, I think that's going to be about 3.3. So there has been a tremendous growth already. It would have been nice if we would have bought it in 2020, but we didn't. But to be able to double your money in 3 or 4 years, if you buy Novo Nordisk versus Eli Lilly, according to the projections, it's not bad, right? Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. You have to do your own due diligence. We always say there's a risk in everything, and putting all your money or putting a large portion of money in one company is obviously risky. You want to be diverse. You want to be diversified, but to take a portion of your portfolio and you want to be a little speculative and try to swing for the fences, I think it may not be such a terrible idea with a company that's shown such tremendous growth. We see obesity and people that are overweight is a chronic epidemic in this country, and these companies are providing the medications and the tools to help with that problem. So, with that being said, I believe there's going to be tremendous growth in these companies. Maybe not as much as it has been in the last couple of years, but still, you are going to have growth that will probably beat the stock market, meaning the S&P 500. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence, but just something to think about companies. But just something to think about. These two companies is an opportunity for you to double your money in the next couple of years. There's also an experimental drug currently in phase 2 trials by Eli Lilly by the name of retatrutide, spelled RETATRUTIDE. So Google that, look that up, and when that gets FDA approval, that might also spike additional growth in Eli Lilly. So again, do your own due diligence, but just something to consider to get your money to grow faster. The MD Investor with another video to increase that financial IQ, and I will see you on the next one. MD Investor out.